Alright, how's it going, my fellow painters? So today we're going to be making kind of a sunset scene here on this cardboard canvas that I have. I'm going to lay down the colors first, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do later with the scenic part of it. I have red and yellow, all the ingredients for a sunset. So we're going to be using a method called the scumble, which I will show you. So basically, you're going to lay down your two colors and just kind of pull them together. So I'm going to get some yellow. Bear with me, I'm doing this with one hand. Okay, here we go. Just going to lay it on there. It's going very well. I'm going to put my camera down for a second and I'll show you when I've laid down the colors and then I'll pull them together. Okay, so I've laid down my yellow and my red. Kind of got to work fast here because you got to do it while the paint is still wet, and the stuff dries really fast, as I've learned. Don't try to blend with dry paint, that doesn't work. Alright, so basically you're just kind of laying down your original colors and kind of pulling them over each other until you have a blend, and you can see that my colors are blending here already. The way I'm going to do it on here is I'm going to have yellows on the top, reds on the bottom, and it'll be kind of orange in the middle. I'm going to slowly pull them together. I'm also going to pre-mix them to an orange and kind of lay down that in the middle to help the blend go even smoother. So I'll show you once that's done. And there you have it. That is professionally scumbled, 3 colors together there. And that's starting to look like sunset to me. For this next bit, we're going to be working with spray paint stencils. So you see I have a stencil of some trees and some mountains. So basically I'm just going to cut these shapes out. The shaded area is what's going to fall out, and then I will be painting it black. I have gloss black paint. I would have preferred matte, but that's what they had at Walmart. So for this you will need your stencils, obviously, the paint, a box cutter, or an X-Acto knife if you have one, that'd be better, and tape. So I'm going to cut these out and then I'll show you what to do with them after. Okay, now I have my stencils cut out, and what you're going to do is tape them down. I like to roll the tape and stick it on the one side. And then once you have it taped down, cover up anything else that you don't want to get spray painted, and you'll be ready to go. Okay, I now have it completely taped up. Don't mind all that extra paper. I only did that because I'm going to be painting on the grass, and I don't want any of the spray paint to get on the grass. So for all these weird little shapes, I just put clear tape over that just because it's easier. So I have it all taped down. You want to make sure when you tape this down, you want to have the edges taped as closely as possible. When you put the tape on the underside, you want to have it as close to these as possible, because the more of a gap you have between the paper and what you're painting on, the more likely you're going to get paint underneath there, and you're not going to have as clean of edges. But yeah, so I have this all ready. If you've never used a rattle can before, shake it up first, and then I'll show you how to spray paint once we get there. So here I am, where I'm going to be painting. So once you have your paint can all shaken up, make sure the arrow's pointed away from you, please. And then, so you're going to push the button here, run it back and forth. That'll make sure you get a nice even coating. So. There you go. Okay, so this is the finished product. A couple things I want to talk about. So, if you remember me mentioning earlier about the edges of the paper, I could have taped mine down a little better. You can see my edges are a little bit fuzzy. So that's why that is. If you have double-sided tape, that would definitely fix that, because you can get double-sided tape right up to the edge, and it looks really good that way, but that's fine. Another thing that I didn't mention earlier is when you're creating a scene kind of like this, to create the depth of the drawing, usually this is pretty obvious, but things that are closer in the image you're going to have down lower, and things that are farther away in the image you're going to have up higher. So that creates kind of the 3D space. So now you know how to scumble and spray paint.